My dear friends, let me tell you, the act of forcing yourself to take action is nothing short of miraculous. It is through this conscious, deliberate choice that we align ourselves with the creative power of the universe and manifest our deepest desires. Before we delve into the depths of this principle, let us first understand the nature of action itself. Action, my dear friends, is not merely physical movement. It is a state of being, a state of consciousness that allows us to bridge the gap between our current reality and the reality we wish to experience. It is through action that we give life to our imagination, that we bring our dreams into physical manifestation. In the Bible, we read, faith without works is dead. This profound statement encapsulates the essence of our discussion tonight. For you see, it is not enough to simply believe in your desires, to visualize them, to feel them as real in your imagination. While these are crucial steps in the manifestation process, they must be coupled with action to bring about tangible results in your physical reality. Now, let us explore why it is sometimes necessary to force ourselves to act. How often have we found ourselves paralyzed by fear, doubt, or indecision? How many times have we postponed our dreams, waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect circumstances to take action? I say to you, the time to act is now. And if you must, force yourself to take that first step. You see, my dear friends, the universe responds to action. When you take action, you set in motion a series of events that align you with your desired outcome. You create momentum, you generate energy, and you signal to the universe that you are ready to receive that which you seek. Imagine for a moment that you have a burning desire to start a business. You visualized it. You felt the joy and satisfaction of running a successful enterprise. You've imagined yourself as the prosperous entrepreneur you wish to become. But months have passed, and you've yet to take any concrete steps towards realizing this dream. Perhaps you're waiting for the perfect business plan or for a large sum of money to magically appear in your bank account. I say to you, force yourself to act now. Take that first step, no matter how small it may seem. Perhaps it's as simple as registering a domain name or reaching out to a potential mentor. The specific action is not as important as the act of taking action itself. For in that moment of action, you align yourself with the version of you. As you force yourself to act, you may notice something miraculous happening. The fear and doubt that once paralyzed you begin to dissolve. They lose their grip on you as you prove to yourself through action that you are capable of moving towards your dreams. You create a new self-image, one of a person who takes action, who moves forward despite fear or uncertainty. This, my dear friends, is the power of forcing yourself to act now. It is the key to personal transformation, to manifesting your desires in the physical world. And it is available to you in every moment, if only you choose to seize it. Now let us delve deeper into the nature of this force that we must apply to ourselves. It is not an external force, not a violence we do to ourselves. Rather, it is an internal resolve, a decision made at the deepest level of our being to align our actions with our desires. When you force yourself to act, you are essentially overriding the limiting beliefs and habitual patterns that have kept you stagnant. You are choosing to listen to the voice of your higher self, the voice that knows you are capable of greatness, rather than the voice of fear and doubt that would keep you small. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, preparing to dive into the waters below. Your logical mind may list all the reasons why you shouldn't jump, the height, the potential dangers, the discomfort. But there's another part of you, a deeper part, that knows the exhilaration and freedom that await you in that leap. Forcing yourself to act is like taking that leap. It's choosing faith over fear, growth over comfort, possibility over limitation. As you practice forcing yourself to act, you may begin to notice a shift in your consciousness. The gap between thought and action begins to shrink. You become more aligned, more integrated. Your words, thoughts, and actions begin to move in harmony toward your desired reality. This alignment is crucial, my dear friends. For it is in this alignment that we tap into the creative power of the universe. When our thoughts, feelings, and actions are in harmony, we become unstoppable forces of creation. We become living embodiments of the principle that imagination creates reality. Now let us address a common misconception about forcing yourself to act. Many believe that if an action doesn't feel completely natural or effortless, it must not be the right action. They wait for inspiration to strike, for the perfect alignment of circumstances before they move forward. I say to you, this is a trap that keeps many locked in a state of perpetual waiting, never realizing their true potential. The truth is, growth often requires us to step outside our comfort zone. It requires us to do things that may feel unnatural or difficult at first. Think of a bodybuilder lifting weights. The act of lifting heavy objects repeatedly is not natural or comfortable. Yet it is through this deliberate, often uncomfortable action that the bodybuilder transforms their physique. The same principle applies to all areas of life. When you force yourself to act, you are essentially exercising your manifestation muscles. You're strengthening your ability to bring your desires into physical reality. Moreover, the act of forcing yourself to take action is a powerful statement to the universe. It says, I am committed to my desire. I am willing to do what it takes to make it a reality. This commitment, this willingness, is what sets in motion the forces of creation that will aid you in your journey. Remember, my dear friends, the universe responds to action. When you take action, no matter how small, you create ripples in the fabric of reality. These ripples extend outward, influencing events and circumstances in ways you may not immediately perceive. But rest assured, every action you take is bringing you closer to your desired reality. Now let us explore how to cultivate this ability to force yourself to act. Like any skill, it requires practice and persistence. Start small. Choose one area of your life where you've been procrastinating or holding back. It could be in your career, your relationships, your health, or your spiritual practice. Identify one small action you can take immediately to move forward in this area. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Remember, we're interested in movement, in breaking the inertia of inaction. Once you've identified this action, commit to doing it within the next 24 hours. No excuses, no postponements. Force yourself to follow through no matter what. As you complete this action, pay attention to how you feel. Notice the sense of accomplishment, the boost in confidence. This is the power of action at work. It creates a positive feedback loop, encouraging you to take more action to push yourself further. Gradually, increase the scope and frequency of your actions. Challenge yourself to take bolder steps to push beyond your perceived limitations. With each action, you are reprogramming your subconscious mind, creating new neural pathways that support your desired reality. Remember, my dear friends, that forcing yourself to act is not about perfection. It's not about getting it right the first time. It's about movement, about progress. Even if an action doesn't yield the exact results you were hoping for, it still provides valuable feedback. It gives you information that you can use to adjust your course, to refine your approach. In fact, what we often perceive as failures or setbacks are often the universe's way of guiding us towards our true path. When you force yourself to act, you open yourself up to this guidance. You create opportunities for the universe to show you the way, to reveal the next step on your journey. Now let us address another crucial aspect of forcing yourself to act. The importance of acting from a place of alignment with your desired end. You see, not enough to simply take action for the sake of action. The action must be in harmony with the state of consciousness you wish to embody. Imagine you desire to be a successful public speaker. Forcing yourself to act might involve signing up for a speaking engagement, even if it's just at a local community center. But here's the key. As you take this action, you must do so from the consciousness of already being a successful speaker. This means carrying yourself with confidence, preparing diligently, and delivering your speech as if you were addressing a large, appreciative audience. It means feeling the satisfaction and fulfillment of being a sought-after speaker, even as you're just starting out. This alignment of action with your desired state of consciousness is what truly accelerates your manifestation. It's not just about going through the motions, but about embodying the version of you that has already achieved your desire. As you practice this aligned action, you may notice something remarkable happening. The gap between your current reality and your desired reality begins to close. Opportunities that align with your vision start to appear. People who can assist you on your journey seem to cross your path at just the right moment. This, my dear friends, is the law of attraction at work. But it's not a passive process. It requires your active participation. It requires you to force yourself to act, to step into the reality you wish to experience, even before it is fully manifested in your physical world. Now let us delve into another crucial aspect of forcing yourself to act, the power of persistence. You see, manifesting your desires is not always a linear process. There may be times when, despite your best efforts, you don't see immediate results. It's in these moments that the true test of your commitment arises. Many people give up too soon. They take a few actions, don't see immediate results, and conclude that it's not working. But I say to you, persist. Force yourself to keep acting, even when you don't see immediate evidence of change. For it is often in these moments of seeming failure or stagnation that the greatest transformations are occurring beneath the surface. Think of a farmer planting seeds. After planting, the farmer doesn't see immediate results. The soil looks just as bare as it did before. But beneath the surface, incredible changes are taking place. The seed is germinating, roots are forming, new life is preparing to burst forth. Your actions are like these seeds. Even when you can't see immediate results, trust that your actions are setting in motion forces that will eventually manifest in your physical reality. Your job is to keep planting, to keep taking action, to persist even when doubt tries to creep in. This persistence, this willingness to force yourself to act, even in the face of apparent failure or lack of progress, is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who don't. It's not about talent or luck. It's about the willingness to keep moving forward, to keep aligning your actions with your desires. As you cultivate this persistence, you build a kind of spiritual momentum. Each action you take, no matter how small, adds to this momentum. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, gathering more snow and speed as it goes. Your actions, fueled by your persistence, create a force that becomes virtually unstoppable. Now, my dear friends, let us address a common obstacle that often prevents people from forcing themselves to act: the fear of making the wrong choice. How often have we found ourselves paralyzed by indecision, afraid that if we choose one path, we might miss out on something better? I say to you, there is no wrong choice when you are acting from a place of alignment with your desires. Every action you take, every choice you make, is an opportunity for growth and learning. Even if an action doesn't lead directly to your desired outcome, it provides valuable experience and insight that will inform your future actions. Moreover, remember that you're not separate from the intelligence of the universe. When you force yourself to act from a place of alignment with your desires, you open yourself up to divine guidance. You create movement. And in that movement, the path forward becomes clear. Think of it like steering a ship. When the ship is stationary, it's difficult to change its direction. But once it's moving, even a small adjustment to the rudder can significantly alter its course. The same is true in your life. When you force yourself to act, to create movement, you make it easier for the universe to guide you towards your desired reality. This understanding should liberate you from the paralysis of indecision. Instead of agonizing over making the perfect choice, simply choose. Force yourself to take action. Any action that moves you in the general direction of your desires. Trust that as you move, the path will become clearer, and you can adjust your course as needed. Now let us explore another powerful aspect of forcing yourself to act: the transformation of your self-image. You see, every time you force yourself to take action, especially when it's difficult or uncomfortable, you are reshaping your perception of who you are and what you're capable of. Imagine you have ever desired to become an early riser, to start your day at 5 a.m. The first few times you force yourself to get up at this hour, it may feel unnatural, even painful. But as you persist, as you continue to force yourself to take this action day after day, something remarkable happens. You begin to see yourself as the kind of person who gets up at 5 a.m. It becomes part of your identity. This shift in self-image is incredibly powerful. For you see, we always act in accordance with who we believe ourselves to be. By forcing yourself to act in alignment with your desires, you are literally becoming the person who has already achieved those desires. This principle applies to all areas of life. Whether you desire to be a successful entrepreneur, a loving partner, a fit and healthy individual, or a spiritual master, the key is to force yourself to act as if you're already that person. As you do this consistently, your self-image shifts. And what once required force becomes natural and effortless. Remember, my dear friends, that your self-image is not fixed. It is not determined by your past or by what others think of you. Your self-image is created and maintained by you through your thoughts, feelings, and most importantly, when you force yourself to act in alignment with your desires, you are actively creating a new self-image, one that supports and accelerates the manifestation of your dreams. Now, let us address a common concern that arises when we speak of forcing ourselves to act. Some worry that this approach might lead to burnout or overwhelm. They fear that constantly pushing themselves might result in exhaustion or a loss of joy in the process of creation. I say to you, when you are acting from a place of alignment with your true desires, when you are forcing yourself to take actions that resonate with your highest vision for yourself, burnout is not a concern. For you see, these actions, though they may require effort, are inherently energizing. They connect you with your passion, with your purpose, with the very essence of who you are. Think of a mother caring for her child. She may need to force herself to get up in the middle of the night to tend to her baby. This action requires effort. It may even be physically tiring. But it is aligned with her deep love for her child, with her identity as a mother. As such, it energizes her on a soul level, even as it may tire her physically. The same is true for any action that is aligned with your true desires. Yes, it may require effort. Yes, you may need to force yourself at times. But these actions will fill you with a sense of purpose and aliveness that far outweighs any temporary discomfort. Moreover, as you continue to force yourself to act, you build a kind of spiritual stamina. Just as a runner builds physical endurance through consistent training, you build the capacity to take bold, aligned action with increasing ease and joy. Now, my dear friends, let us explore the ripple effects of forcing yourself to act. When you commit to taking consistent, aligned action towards your desires, you not only transform your own life, but also positively impact the lives of those around you. Think about it. When you force yourself to act on your dreams, when you step into the highest version of yourself, you become an inspiration to others. Your courage, your persistence, your willingness to push beyond your comfort zone, these qualities are contagious. They inspire others to examine their own lives, to consider what might be possible if they too were willing to force themselves to act. Moreover, as you manifest your desires through aligned action, you expand the realm of possibility for everyone around you. You demonstrate in a very tangible way that dreams can become reality, that we are indeed the creators of our own experience. This ripple effect extends far beyond your immediate circle. Every action you take, every step you make towards your dreams contributes to the collective consciousness of humanity. You are quite literally raising the vibration of the planet through your willingness to force yourself to act in alignment with your highest vision. Consider the great advancement in human history. Every leap forward in art, science, spirituality, or any other field came about because someone forced themselves to act. They pushed beyond the boundaries of what was considered possible. They took action even when it was difficult, even when others doubted them. By forcing yourself to act now, you are joining this lineage of creators and visionaries. You are playing your part in the evolution of human consciousness. This understanding should fill you with a sense of purpose and responsibility. Your actions matter not just for you, but for all of humanity. Now, let us address another crucial aspect of forcing yourself to act. the importance of celebrating your actions, regardless of the immediate outcome. You see, many of us have been conditioned to focus solely on results. We only feel satisfied when we achieve a specific goal or receive external validation for our efforts.